What's up, guys? Lukewarm Reviews back with another one. This is The Disaster Artist. I saw this movie a little while ago, but I haven't had a chance to record reviews in a while, so let's talk about it. I like this movie a lot. It was different than what I was expecting in some good ways and in some bad ways. To start off with, it was not very funny to me at all. There were certain parts of it that were kind of funny, in that they were like referential to The Room, which I think is funny. But I feel like if you've never seen The Room and you went to see this movie, it wouldn't be funny virtually at all. But it's different from that. It's very interesting, which was cool. I wasn't expecting this to be as compelling as it was. Like, after watching the movie, I'm really considering actually buying the book and reading it because I'm so fascinated by this weird guy and the process of making this movie and what exactly everybody went through. So it's not a bad thing, but it's just not really funny. Also, it's not really about Tommy Wiseau. It's about Greg Sestero, which makes sense because it's based on a book that is written by Greg Sestero, and there's so little that we actually know about Tommy Wiseau. So yeah, there's different things about it than I was expecting. I feel like I might have enjoyed it more if I knew that going in, but I don't know. It's also not really about filmmaking. It's more about friendship. Ultimately, what the movie is about, it's about supporting your friends, rather than about making a bad movie or Hollywood or anything like that. It does say some things about just being an artist in general. It says something about making art regardless of the quality of it, which is a thing that I think about often, that I agree with. Because if you've seen The Room, or even if you haven't seen The Room, regardless of what you think about it, it's undeniable that there is an audience for it. It's been seen so much around the world, and people love it. It's a phenomenon. So regardless of whether you think it's good or bad, it brings joy to people. And if Tommy Wiseau had not had the confidence to make that movie, it would never have existed. So I think what the movie says, and this is something I agree with, is that as artists, it's not our job to censor ourselves and to worry about necessarily the quality of what we're making. And that's not to say that you don't want to be good, but you got to just remain an open conduit for the work to happen, because if you don't make your work, it's never going to exist, because nobody can make your work except for you. And that sounds kind of pretentious, and that's not to say that there aren't good films and bad films. It's just to say that I think everybody likes something, and just about anything might be liked by someone, if that makes any sense. And The Room is proof of that, for sure. So I like a lot that it says about art, and that it says about friendship. Having said that, though, it definitely doesn't shine as favorable of a light on Tommy Wiseau as I was kind of expecting. He's a real son of a bitch for a lot of the movie. And unfortunately, you get the feeling that it's because of some dark backstory, but because of real life restrictions on our knowledge of Tommy Wiseau's life, we never get to find out why. You never get to find out why he's so weird and why he's kind of mean a lot of the time. And so that was really frustrating as a moviegoer, but I understand that we don't have the answers. So ultimately, yeah, I just found it really, really fascinating, and not necessarily, like, it's not a puff piece, and it doesn't demonize him. It just is like, this is all we know. This is what we got. We're giving it to you. Take it for what you will. And that was the reason I found it so fascinating. The acting is really good. James Franco, his mimicry is just pretty incredible. It's really detailed. It's really spot on. It's obvious that a lot of work went into his performance. I also really like Dave Franco. I know that people are kind of back and forth about him. I thought he was really good. I thought he had really good chemistry with his brother, which makes sense. And then the supporting cast is all great too. Seth Rogen is great. Alison Brie is great. So really good acting. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's good cinematography. There's not much. It doesn't stick out in my mind, so there's not really much to talk about. But I had a lot of fun. It was definitely different than I thought. I'm not crazy about it, but I liked it and I found it really fascinating. I think that you should see it if you have the time, especially if you're a fan of The Room. If you're not a fan of The Room, I don't know if it'll mean much to you, so maybe skip it. But I'm fascinated. It's really compelling. So yeah, coming down to the end of the year, I got a bunch more movies to see, but we're getting down to the wire, guys. Let me know what your favorite movies of 2017 so far have been. If there's any big ones that I've missed, I'll try and get them in before the end of the year. But yeah, let me know. I'll be back with more very soon. I'm recording another video right after this, in fact, so subscribe if you want to see that one. Bye!